Today we're talking about the different types of bond that you can post to get out of jail or to get a loved one out of jail. So the first type is a PR bond, and that is the most wonderful type of bond, if you will, from a defense attorney standpoint, because it means that you don't have to pay anything to get out. You're getting out of bond on personal recognizance. And that means that since you have met all the requirements that a bond judge thinks that you're not a danger to the community or you're a flight risk, then you are getting out of jail without having to post a bond. So it's your word as your bond, and you must appear for court. So the second type of bond is a cash bond. And a cash bond means that you would post a certain amount of a bond in cash through the court. If you give the court a cash bond and you show up for court, at the end of your hearing, you will get that cash money back from the court, or you should, as long as the person has shown up for their court dates and whatnot. Even if the person is convicted, you should be able to get that back. The third type of bond is a surety bond, and bondsmen may put you on a payment plan, and you may be making payments until your contract is over with. The purpose of a bond is it's not supposed to be intended to punish an individual. It's supposed to ensure that you show up for court, or that someone shows up for court. What a bondsman can do, let's say there's a $50,000 bond, surety bond, then typically 10% of that, or $5,000, would be something that needs to be paid for that person to get out of jail. And a bondsman will ensure that if you pay a bondsman, then if that person doesn't show up, then the bondsman would be on the hook and the bond could be estreated. Can you get your money back from a bondsman? Typically, the answer to that is no. People are always in a scramble to figure out how to come up with money to get someone out on bond. And then, well, are we going to get the person out on bond, or are we going to use this money for an attorney? And how are we going to make the money work for both? I mean, that is an absolute problem is a common problem that folks run into. And that's a question that only you can answer. The whole purpose of bond, again, is to ensure that the person shows up for court. I hope this has answered your questions about the three types of bond: the PR bond, surety bond, and cash bond. The good thing about some bondsmen is that bondsmen will allow you to have payment plans on that. If we're just in that same example with the $5,000, maybe they allow you to put some of that $5,000 down and then promise to pay the rest of it to them. There are different bondsmen come up with different types of plans. Some don't offer payment plans. Some may say, oh, well, on a $5,000 surety, if it's a $50,000 surety bond, you're supposed to put up $5,000. Maybe they will let you put up less than that. I don't know. It would be up to the individual bondsman.